Inspirational Quotes Video 1. The best motivational quotes from the greatest minds. Albert Einstein quote. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Bruce Lee quote. If you always put limits on everything you do, physical or anything else, it will spread into your work and into your life. There are no limits. There are only plateaus, and you must not stay there, you must go beyond them. Audrey Hepburn quote. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. Jimmy Dean quote. I can't change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sails to always reach my destination. Confucius quote. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. Robin Williams quote. No matter what people tell you, words and ideas can change the world. Serena Williams quote. A champion is defined not by their wins, but by how they can recover when they fall. Camilla Eyring Kimball quote. You do not find the happy life. You make it. Reese Witherspoon quote. With the right kind of coaching and determination, you can accomplish anything. Bear Bryant quote. If you believe in yourself and have dedication and pride, and never quit, you'll be a winner. The price of victory is high, but so are the rewards. Mae Jemison quote. Never limit yourself because of others' limited imagination, never limit others because of your own limited imagination. Deep Roy quote. Inspiration comes from within yourself. One has to be positive. When you're positive, good things happen. Thomas Edison quote. If we did all the things we are capable of, we would literally astound ourselves. Theodore Roosevelt quote. With self-discipline, most anything is possible. Nito Cobain quote. Your present circumstances don't determine where you can go, they merely determine where you start. Emily Dickinson quote. I dwell in possibility. Zig Ziglar quote. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. Malala Yousafzai quote. Let us make our future now, and let us make our dreams tomorrow's reality. Richard L. Evans quote. The undertaking of a new action brings new strength. Jules Renard quote. Everything you want is out there waiting for you to ask. Everything you want also wants you. But you have to take action to get it. Steve Jobs quote. Everyone here has the sense that right now is one of those moments when we are influencing the future. Les Brown quote. Shoot for the moon and if you miss, you will still be among the stars. Demi Lovato quote. No matter what you're going through, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Theodore Roosevelt quote. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Francis of Assisi quote. Start by doing what's necessary, then do what's possible, and suddenly you are doing the impossible. Mandy Hale quote. You don't always need a plan. Sometimes you just need to breathe, trust, let go, and see what happens. William James quote. It is our attitude at the beginning of a difficult task which, more than anything else, will affect its successful outcome. Eleanor Roosevelt quote. You must do the things you think you cannot do. Ella Fitzgerald quote. It isn't where you came from. It's where you're going that counts. Francis of Assisi quote. A single sunbeam is enough to drive away many shadows. Benjamin Franklin quote. One today is worth two tomorrows. George Eliot quote. It is never too late to be what you might have been. Jim Rohn quote. Happiness is not by chance, but by choice. Vince Lombardi quote. Perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. Ralph Waldo Emerson quote. What lies behind you and what lies in front of you, pales in comparison to what lies inside of you. Sheryl Sandberg quote. Motivation comes from working on things we care about. E. Cummings quote. Once we believe in ourselves, we can risk curiosity, wonder, spontaneous delight, or any experience that reveals the human spirit. Lindsey Vonn quote. Life changes very quickly, in a very positive way, if you let it. Anne Frank quote. Everyone has inside of him a piece of good news. The good news is, that you don't know how great you can be, how much you can love, what you can accomplish, and what your potential is. Maya Angelou quote. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive. Meghan Markle quote. You are enough just as you are. Milton Berle quote. If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. Michael Jordan quote. If you accept the expectations of others, especially negative ones, then you never will change the outcome. Steve Jobs quote. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. Michael Altshuler quote. The bad news is time flies. The good news is, you're the pilot. Tony Robbins quote. It is in your moments of decision, that your destiny is shaped. Napoleon Hill quote. Don't wait. The time will never be just right. Krishnamurti quote. In oneself lies the whole world, and if you know how to look and learn, the door is there and the key is in your hand. Nobody on earth can give you either the key or the door to open, except yourself. Nicole Kidman quote. Life has got all those twists and turns. You've got to hold on tight, and off you go. Alexander the Great quote. There is nothing impossible to him who will try. Helen Keller quote. Keep your face to the sunshine, and you cannot see a shadow. Aristotle quote. It is during our darkest moments, that we must focus to see the light. H. Jackson Brown Jr. quote. The best preparation for tomorrow, is doing your best today. Roald Dahl quote. If you have good thoughts, they will shine out of your face like sunbeams, and you will always look lovely. Ella Fitzgerald quote. Just don't give up trying to do what you really want to do. Where there is love and inspiration, I don't think you can go wrong. Martin Luther King Jr. quote. If I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way. Jim Rohn quote. Happiness is not something you postpone for the future, it is something you design for the present. William McNeely quote. Inspiration is the fuel we need, to move faster towards our goals. Roy T. Bennett quote. Don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart. Viktor E. Frankl quote. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Steve Maraboli quote. Cry. Forgive. Learn. Move on. Let your tears water the seeds of your future happiness. Ralph Waldo Emerson quote. Without ambition one starts nothing. Without work one finishes nothing. The prize will not be sent to you. You have to win it. Wayne W. Dyer quote. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Roy T. Bennett quote. It's only after you've stepped outside your comfort zone that you begin to change, grow, and transform. Helen Keller quote. Although the world is full of suffering, it is full also of the overcoming of it. William James quote. Action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. Eleanor Roosevelt quote. You have to accept whatever comes, and the only important thing is that you meet it with the best you have to give. Anthony Robbins quote. It's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives. It's what we do consistently. Confucius quote. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Inspiration is the fuel we need to move faster towards our goals. For the most inspirational books and audiobooks ever created, check out this video's description section. Thank you for watching Inspirational Quotes Video 1. Please subscribe to the Quotes channel for the best quotes. I wish you the best of luck, my friend.